your boy Doug over here. I only say facts, and welcome to me doing our first ever tier maker on the transfer portal. And today we're working on mascots. We are ranking all of these mascots that we have in the FBS. I'd like to thank Liam for making them, and gonna have fun. Criteria, it's none really. I just like what I like. I like what I don't like. It just is what it is. Going to be snarky commentary. If I get any of these names wrong, it's too damn bad. All right, let's get to it. Let me first figure out how to share my screen here, and let's get it rolling. All righty, y'all can see my screen. We got the college football tier maker mascots over here. Okay, we got the S, A, B, C, and F tier here. To be honest, like there might be some more tiers that I might generate. Just depends on how I feel. So it's a good thing that we're doing it as is recorded. No, if there's error, it will be error. So, all right, we're just gonna go around the block. Start off with Albert and Alberta from University of Florida. Well, as much as I do hate everything from Florida, some pretty decent looking mascots. So for those at home, call them the Gators. Like they're inoffensive. They're not bad. I mean, they're pretty good. It's just like they're not top tier. So right now, I'm thinking is a C. I will use a sliding scale. So the more people I think that are Bs, will drop down to Cs. Next up, we got home of the school that I got my degree from. We got Testudo, the Terrapin. Testudo is a perfect blend between cartoonish, where it's hokey, but at the same time, it's not too over the top where it's kid-like. It's good for all ages. Testudo's pretty funny. I've met him numerous times. My guy right there gets an S by default. Nothing more, nothing less. The Nittany Lion. Oh, so rule number one of mascots, they're really not supposed to be skinny. They're just too, it's not supposed to be skinny like that. It just doesn't work. Also, it looks pretty creepy. Like there's no real charm to it. Like, even if they're not kid friendly, they're supposed to be like something that's distinctive and enjoyable to see and just be fun. And this is, if you decide to go to Party City and you want to get a costume on October 30th for Halloween, you'll get this fucking mascot. So my guy gets an F. I do hate Penn State, but that has nothing to do with it. The mascot just sucks. All right, moving on here. We got our folks. I believe that is USC. Zooming in here, that is USC. It's an A, just off the sheer tradition and prestige. Like you just gotta. It's just art. Like it's beautiful seeing them put the sword down on midfield almost every home game. It's just great. I got no real complaints there. Pageantry is one key element of college football that I do hope that won't go away. Just put it as an A. S is, I could see it as an S too. It just depends on how the rest of it shakes out. Going next, I do believe this is Swoop from Utah. It is Swoop from Utah. Not sure how I feel about it. Like a bird mascot has to be pretty distinct. Like Swoop just kind of falls in the cards. Like it's just, I gotta give it a C. It's not a bad mascot like Penn State's. It's just so bleh. I mean, like it's probably, as much as I love Utah's brand, whether it's the U with the drum and the feather or the block U, like Swoop is probably the weakest part. Like, I'm sorry, it just does not work for me. Next up, I do believe this is Bully here. Do you think it's Bully? Live mascots get at least a tier bump off sheer nature. Even though I hate dogs in real life, do not bring one near me. Bully is adorable. Hey, simple as bulldogs are adorable in photos and photos alone. Videos too. Just don't bring one near me. Alrighty. Next up is I don't know the name of the James Madison mascot. I know it's a bulldog. I just don't know the name of it. So it's a bulldog that tries to be regal and royal, and it's a duke. But at the same time, I just don't think it's such a weird shape. Like, if I go here, it's Duke Dog, and see the real life version looks pretty cool. This, I have no idea what the fuck that is. Folks can confuse it as a bear. That does not look like a dog. That is unacceptable. I am sorry. I'm bumping James Madison down. It's not as egregious as Penn State, but let me make a D tier solely for James Madison. This is not balling. And I love James Madison's campus. It's great. Probably the best campus food I've had all over the country. But this cannot rock. Cannot rock. All right, moving on. I believe this is Benny Beaver from Oregon State. It is Benny Beaver. I think it's a fair C. Like, it's just too. I don't know how to describe it. Like, the mouth extrudes too much. Like, you have your first face with just your base and your eyes, and then the second face where it's like the compass of the mouth. I get why it's trying to be like a beaver, but like, again, it falls into that whole thing where it looks like a bear. Like, actually, let me bump it down to a D because, again, the same issue with James Madison. Like, it looks like a bear when it's not a bear. Like, come on now, you gotta be more distinctive with the rebrand Oregon State. Smiling Benny, sailor hat, or do something. This is not it. This is not it. I'm just disappointed. All right, moving on. We got the Razorbacks here. I know Tusk is the live mascot. I'm not sure what the actual mascot's name is, but I'll say for Arkansas, so there's an issue that falls in some of these is that sometimes you have human dimensions and the mascot head where it looks weird. So, like, for me, I think that you can get away with it for Arkansas because it's so cartoonish, at least the head, that it works. And it's red. And they don't try to use human parts like you will see for a few others. So I think I'll put Arkansas in a solid. I'll put it as a B. Like, I just love the mascots, like the design of the head with the husks and the eyes, and it's beautifully done from the neck up. From the bottom down, it's not good. It's not good. All right, we got a few. Okay, we got a bird section coming up. We go moving on here. Southern Miss Eagle. Okay, bird mascots are not good. So this was a mix between Swoop and the Hawkeye. Both are, again, not good. Like, the birds, that's so bland. I'm sorry. It's all the complaints I had about Swoop. It's the same complaints I had about the Southern Miss Eagle. It's just not. It's not gonna run. It's just not good. I'm sorry. Just like, there's no creativity. There's no art. There's no pageantry. It's just a mascot in a fucking jersey. All right, moving up. I do believe is this hopefully Louisville or Ball State. Cannot tell. It probably is Louisville. And that smile is creepy, so it gets docked one letter by default. Also, the the unibrow like Bert from Sesame Street. Like it's like it's a better designed mascot than the other birds, but it's just not good. Looks like it's Chip Skylark in Mascot Farm. I'm sorry. It's just I love my shiny teeth in me, but at the same time, it should not be made into a mascot. Can't run. Nope, nope. All right, next. Swoop. Believe this is Eastern Michigan Swoop. Here we go. So it's probably the best done mascot because it looks like an actual bird. It's cartoonish. It's a good mix between cartoonish and looking like an actual bird. It's not as bland as the others, but again, it's just like birds are really hard to do. But the fact that I think it does it better than the rest, put it in a B tier. Okay, moving on to the Hawkeye. Whew. Okay. It looks like it's constipated. Looks like it's holding onto a dump too long. Do that, or it's just obscenely angry. Either way, no. Nope, nope, nope. Nope. It's a D. Like, it's not good. It's not good. Like, I have my set list of criteria. It has not met that list of criteria, and ergo, it is not acceptable as a mascot. So I might end up grouping all the most of the birds together into a section, but like I said, we'll decide that down the line. The UAB Dragon. Hey, they did what I told you, my main gripes were proportions, cartoonish slash actually looks like what it's supposed to be, and in art. It's an art form. It looks fun. You can make a lot of money off that. UAB, you did well. Glad your program is back. Also got a new stadium. Shout out the Blazers. I believe this is the Florida Atlantic Owl, if I'm not right. It is Florida Atlantic Owl. I love it. I love it. They realize what a mascot's supposed to be. It's an owl. Easily identifiable, not creepy. It's not over the top. It's perfectly done. It's beautiful. Beautiful owl. Next up, the San Jose Spartan. It's C because I feel the same way about the Michigan State mascot when we get down to it. Like, it's fine in itself. It's a good mascot. I just like the branding better than I do like the actual mascot. There's not really much left to be said. It's just it's not like I'm a fan, but I'm also like don't hate it like the others or have any legitimate gripes. It's just there. It's just there. It's not much else to be said. I believe this is the Red Hawk from Miami, Ohio. Bird category. It's just the rule of birds, man. Like, it's just not gonna. It's really hard to do bird costume. I'll give them that. It's really hard to do bird mascot. Like, it's also like they're on their way there. It's just that beak is just so damn big. Like, come on now. I mean, of course, all birds are like so big, but it's also like it's so big. It's kind of hard to like animate and emote, and like doesn't give you like full exposure. It's just not ideal. Because you see the same like Southern Miss, beak too big. Louisville got them big ass teeth. Swoop, like the beak is fine. It's just Swoop's just bland. Actually, since I'm penalizing on the beak, I actually do gotta move Eastern Michigan down. Sorry, Eastern Michigan. Like, I gotta be consistent on my rollings. So yeah, birds are gonna be C tier. So Moving on, I do believe it's Bearcat from Cincinnati. It is. Okay, so it falls into the same Arkansas conundrum with the arms. And let me zoom back in real quick because that bear. Okay, the Bearcat design's good enough. I do believe it's verbatim copy and paste my complaints with Arkansas with the complaints with Cincinnati. So the arm proportion thing, you gotta like actually commit to the bit to be a mascot, but at the same time, like the mascot head design is good enough to where it'll mask it. So you gotta commit to the bit. And it's also covered up, so you're not seeing like bare skin, which ruins the illusion of a mascot. Okay, next up, we got the SMU Mustang. Mustang. Hey, they hit everything on the head with this. You got the Mustang, you got the full body costume, easily identifiable. It's clearly identified, like it's a brand. It's cuddly. You make a lot of money off of it. It hits. It's good. So, only gripe is I want a little bit more color on it, but beggars cannot be choosers. So, see, you got a lot of so far. We got a lot of like mid tier. Like only one that really broke from the pack was Testudo, and that's because I got my degree from there. Also, great mascot, but I'm a homer. So, so how many we got? Okay, we got a while to go, but alas, we'll move on. The Chanticleer of Coastal Carolina. Okay, if you guys can see that. Oh, falls into the bird trap. I'm sorry, it's another C. It's another C. It falls into a bird trap. Same gripes as before. Beak is just too damn big. That has a teeth issue like Herbie and not Herbie, the Hawkeye and the Louisville mascot does. It's just not acceptable. Cannot run. Nope, nada. We got the BC Eagle next. Make sure I want to put it somewhere so I can get a clear. Okay, so BC Eagle. I don't really need this picture blown up. Here we go. I can work with this eagle. The beak is literally what kills it for me. Because other than that, it's actual generally good mascot. But it's that damn beak, and I got to be consistent. Like I penalized Eastern Michigan for the same thing after talking about it. So I'm sorry. I mean, these two would be like C plus B minuses, but they wouldn't be full on Bs. But you haven't reached a point where I can do more tiers. So can't do that. The Leprechaun. Human mascot, pretty entertaining. Finally got a nice leprechaun a few years ago. My guy for real. Hey, human mascot, part of the game, just all around amazing. Okay, next up, Uga. I'm a homer. It should be A, but dogs won national title. I'm a dog. S. Reserved for the best. Land shark. I believe this is next. Yep, land shark. Oh no, nada. Land shark. That can't run. The arms. It's literally just a human with a shark head. Penalize it quite a bit. The head's not created enough to pull Arkansas either. It's just bad. Land shark. I'd rather have the Ole Miss bear. I like the bear more land shark. I'm sorry. That's an F right there. Pistol Pete. Same issues as the land shark. The Pete, it looks like China, like the China, the glassware that people keep in their, at least all folks did in their houses. So it looks like it's made out of that same China, like Chinaware. But yeah, Pete. If it looked like an actual like mascot furry like lovable creature, would put it higher. But again, honestly, what saves Pistol Pete is that he shoots guns. He shoots him in the air. It feels like he's alive, you know. So I'll give him that. Other than that, I would have bumped it down. The Thundering Herd of Marshall. First time seeing this in ages. Okay. Almost falls into that Penn State trap where it just looks like a costume you can get at Party City right before Halloween, but it's slightly better. I'll give it a D. It's like this, at least this picture, it's not really flattering. Nothing really good about the Thundering Herd, but it's not an abomination like Penn State's is. Actually, I'll move Landshark up because like Penn State's literally the bottom of the barrel. Can't run with it. It's the worst fucking thing I've seen so far. All right, this is the Georgia State Panther because I think that's Turner Field in the background, at least old Turner Field. It is a Georgia State Panther. Cat, like it's really hard to mess up a cat mascot. Actually, so it's I borderline because I do feel like it falls under the Cincinnati trap, but at the same time, it's like it's a pretty good face. It's a pretty good face. So I give borderline B A. I'll decide on that later on. The Rebel from UNLV. All right, let me see UNLV live mascot because I want to see what that's a whole arm issue. Okay. So it's weird because Reb is somewhat yoked, and yet it doesn't feel like it fits his character. So, because it should be like the facial design of the mascot's clearly a B tier, but the rest does not clearly fit who the mascot is. So I'm going to put it firmly in a C. A lot of potential. You just got to rework the body. Like you either got to commit to like a full on costume for the mascot, or you got to shrink the head because it like neither works together well. Like you see here, it's overwhelming the whole body. Like that's not going to work if your mascot isn't like proportionally, or like it's supposed to be big, like an Arkansas mascot or Cincinnati, where they big as hell. Next up, we got the Demon Deacon himself. Hey, perfectly emasculates the city, perfectly represents the university, perfectly represents the logo. It just fits. Like the Demon Deacon, it's probably the most well-designed. Actually, I might move the Deacon up to S because it's probably the most well-designed mascot we've seen so far, bar Testudo. I'll get back to that because I do want to keep the S tier like pretty top tier. And although these two are clearly homer picks, I do feel like if I were going to move them up, it'd be the Dragon as well. And Al's a personal favorite, but it's got to be Stuckhead. Hey, I'm sorry. Here we go. The Cougars from Houston. I don't think they're bad. I just don't think they stand out. But at the same time, the Georgia State's mascots has this. It's the same deal in the sense that the rest, like the whole thing, just doesn't stand out, but the head does. I'll put it as a C because Georgia State's there's way more detail on the mascot head. It just looks cooler. It looks like an actual panther. Cougar does look like a cougar, but it's also like a lot more bland per se. Color tint also does it wonders. Okay, moving on. Who the hell is this? Is that the Golden Hurricane from Tulsa? Okay, so since your mascot really can't be a hurricane, I give it A for creativity. My computer decides to work. There we go. A for creativity. The hurricane is just well done. It's a good play on the name of the football team. It's also pretty, like, it's good. It's not overly done like some other mascots. I just enjoy it. It's also great for kids, and I fuck with it heavy. Next up, the Wildcat. No. For cats are pretty hard to mess up. Kentucky did here. Those eyes are creepy. I got to give it a D. No real creativity. Cougar. It actually looks like a cougar. Yeah, no, there's just no creativity. Like it's just no. Texas A&M. Actually, no, it's New Mexico State. It's Aggie, actual real life Aggie. Apologies, Texas A&M. I'm not trying to piss you guys off yet. Real life mascot by default. You got to put it up here. It's just way better that way. Real life gets higher up. Otto the Orange. Institution. You got to have it at the top. Institution, man. Like, there's some things you just don't fuck with. Otto was one of them. You got to have Otto at the top. The Charlotte 49er. It's actually pretty well done, to be honest with you. Like, for a human-esque mascot, I'll put in a B tier. Like, although the eyes kind of creep me out because it looks like he's begging for something, but the facial expression isn't too, like, hokey, like, say, the San Jose State Spartan right there. Put it on a B, but I can reconsider. Like, I'll probably go back and do a final list afterwards. Next up, the Pit Panther. That looks like a ram's horns are extruded off of its head. It's bland. It's bland. Like, actually, you know what? Tell me Benny Beaver and the Pit Panther are not related. Look at them teeth. Come on now. Them teeth, bro. It looks like distant cousins. So the teeth, the ears, like, it's just not good. I'm sorry, I had a bump from C to D. It's just egregious right there. Love Pitt. Narduzzi, great coach, but can't run. Next up, we got the Clemson Tiger. Folks, brace yourselves. It's one creepy looking cat. Looks like the cat ended up. So the kid cat looks pretty normal. The adult one looks like it had a drug binge. So that's just gonna, yeah, because the kid cat would be a B. The adult's clearly a D. So we're gonna split the grade. Gonna put it as a C. It's just not good. It's not good. If it wasn't for the half carrying it, the one would definitely be D tier. The Blue Devil is next. Blue Devil here. So this version is too realistic. It's too realistic for me in terms of, like, the head. The body composition is fine, which works. It's just too realistic, so I can't put it historically. I mean, then again, he doesn't have the Big Pete boost with the pistols, so I will put That's here, C tier. I'll definitely have to separate the C tier because I don't think everything here belongs in the C. But we'll move. Next up, we got the Minutemen from UMass. So the Minutemen looks nervous, like it knows it shouldn't be in the FBS. So I'm thinking it's definitely gotta be. In terms of the human mascot, it's pretty good. But like again, it looks nervous or queasy. Body composition is pretty good. Give it a C, but I'm gonna reconsider it later, so I have to. All right, Cocky from South Carolina. A. It's a goofball. It works perfectly. It perfectly portrays goof, and it's just art. It's art, man. Like you gotta be goofy, you gotta be cartoony, or if you're gonna go all in with the realism, you gotta go all in with the realism. So there we go. Next up, we got the bull from Buffalo. So if you guys haven't seen the bull from Buffalo, here it is. It actually looks pretty cool. I like it. The body's normal. I'm gonna give it the bull. Give it a solid. I'll give it an A because I think it's better than the SMU mascot. Like the SMU mascot right now is my litmus test for the A tier for at least mascots, not live action. Not live action, but like the mascots. That's a litmus test. That's an A minus, B plus litmus test. Next up, we got the trees institution. Nothing else you can do there really. You just gotta rank them where they belong. It's arguably one of the best. Okay. Next up, we got the Bronco. Let me compare it to SMU's real quick. Okay, Bronco is a solid B. I could theoretically flip them, but like SMU's just fits better. Like the whole like structure and conformity, it fits. The Bronco does look better facially wise. It also just that mouth is just so damn big, dude. Like, come on now. Next up, Ralphie. S. Can't tell the story of college football without Ralphie. Got to see that Buffalo. Alrighty, moving on. NC State's mascots. Let me see here. Lady mascot. Dang, why do they look depressed? Why do they look depressed? Like, if it actually looked fun, it'd be better. Actually might do plus minus system here because this is just not no. It's just so depressing. Like it's not a D because it's clearly it's just so sad. Now, next up we got Buzz. In terms of mascot, Buzz is pretty good. Same time, Georgia fan, so F automatically. Actually, I'll just be nice on him. Buzz is a B. It's a solid B. Leaving it there for the pun. Willie the Wildcat. If you're gonna do a mascot, get a full costume. This is just lazy. You are not Lee Corso. Pay for that shit, all right? Pay for it. This is just nasty. Just pay. All right. Just pay. That's all you need to do. Next up. Okay, so this is the Louisville Cardinal. This is a Ball State, but my gripes are still the same. The only difference between this and because the Hawkeye has the eyes too, and it's the head shape where it's all flat. Like, no, there's no. It's just bad between for Iowa compared to Louisville. Louisville, let's lie with a C, but like I said, I'll rank them all. The Temple Owl. Full disclosure, family went there. Love Temple, but like I said, I gotta be fair to all the birds. Uh, it's the beak. Like, look at Florida Atlantic. That's a great way to do an owl. This is not acceptable. It's a C. It's just not as graceful as Iowa's. Bevo, another S. Sorry. Institution. Can't really do anything to Bevo. We're doing institutions. I might move up the USC up there just because it is a very important part of history. The Hokie. Hey, it's literally cocky, but in Blacksburg instead of Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful mascot. Okay, let me zoom out for y'all a little bit because we're just getting kind of full. Liberty. Okay, next up, we have the Roadrunner. Check on the Roadrunner. Check. It's a decent bird mascot. I do think they need to do more with it, but it's a decent bird mascot. So I'll give it that. I think it's a B. It's well done. Like, it doesn't take away from it. So give it that. Okay, this next one. I cannot make peanut butter jelly. I was told to avoid that one by our team. So move that all the way to the bottom. The pepper from University of Louisiana. Hey, something so distinctive. Everything just works perfectly. It's a perfect blend. If you know how to cook with peppers, you know how I feel about peppers. You know how everybody feels about peppers if you cook them right. Well done. A. It's an A. Just beautiful mascot. Okay. Believe it's the Air Force Falcon here. It doesn't fall into the bird trap of like the mouth being too big because you can see a lot of the face, but it's also a very bland, not good mascot. So not same gripes as the others, but it's also not good in general. So it's my issue there. Next one, Bowling Green. Bird tax. No, it's another C. I don't hate birds. It's just this is just really. It's just sad. It's really just sad how the birds are. Next up, the Warhawk. Only reason why it gets a bump is because of the goggles. It's the goggles. It's a clear differentiator, distinctive, and it helps set it apart. So, alrighty. Believe next is Northwestern's mascot. It is plain. It is very plain. Nothing special about it. It's not bad, just generally inoffensive. It's just not good. It's not good. It's just not bad. It's just there. Like, there's no real negatives, like compared to the Wildcat in Kentucky, where the eyes are fucking awful. But yeah. Next up, we got Wilbert. Wilbert and his girl. I mean, like, again, it's not special, but it's not bad. So I got to put it in a C tier. Yeah, with the C tier, definitely got to differentiate. Another bird, another issue that I've had with all of them in the past. To see, like, these are just not good, man. You guys can do better mascots than these. Nitro. Hey, it's different. It fits the school. It's pretty clean. It's a nice mascot. I fuck with it. All right. Nitro's my guy right there. UCF. Don't know about that. Horn Frog. Solid bait. Can tell what it is. Body proportions are right. I feel like I'm going to move a lot more of these to B tier, but I do believe that the Horn Frog is solid B tier. You know? It's solid. We got a Raider, the Blue Raider from Middle Tennessee State. How does look? Sorry. It's to be safe, it's a C. Like I do like some aspects of it, but it's also not great. Next up, we have the Husky from UConn. So I believe it's UConn. It should be UConn because there's blue and white and red. So the real life Husky would get an A automatically, but this costume one, like, are they fucking broke? What the fuck is this shit, man? That's just nasty, man. Get your shit done. It's a C. Like I said, it's the same Clemson conundrum. One half is clearly a B, the other half's clearly a D. But like, nah. So it's stuck on C tier. So by default, it's nasty. All right, next up, UNC's, the Ramses is an A. Institution. Nothing more, nothing less needs to be said. The Baylor Bear. See, it's not bad. It's just bland. I don't love it. And if I don't love it, I don't love it. I can't force it, you know? The Rice Owl is doing too much there. It's doing too much. It looks like it has a double chin. It's because these, even though the birds aren't great, they're painfully like inoffensive. This is an eyesore to me. I'm sorry. South Alabama Jaguars. Looks like the mascot was pulled from 1997. Yeah, no, yeah. It looks like it was pulled from 97. Like I'll give them a few more years to get caught up with D1 and once FBS, sorry, and once they're caught up, then they can do a rebrand and get shit done. Sparky, hey, God love Sparky. Also, they need to put Sparky on the helmets because that's egregious how they just went with the fucking spear and trident. But Sparky's my guy. Hey, magnificent. Goldie the Gopher, Andrew Wilson's specialty, I believe. Goldie is an A, probably the most entertaining mascot in football. So that's my guy right there. Goldie gets an A. The Florida International Panther. Bland. It's bland, but at the same time, it's at least identifiable as a bear, panther. Actually, I'm going to put this down because this also can be a bear if you really look at it. So bump that down. Butch T. Cougar from Washington State. It's another C. It's another C. Nothing more, nothing less. Not really much else to say. So it gets the job done, but I don't think it's really bad or really good either way. So yeah. The Mountaineer from Appalachian State. B, fits the school. Mascot looks like it does what it's supposed to do. Oh no real complaints there. The Mountaineer, props to it. So the Mizzou Tiger looks like is missing one of its parents because it looks sad for some reason. Other than that, it's easily identifiable as a tiger, but doesn't stick out either way. Just looks sad. See. So Michigan State, I remember I said earlier that I would put San Diego State's mascot and Michigan State's in the same tier, but I'm actually going to differentiate it mainly because one, this looks like an actual Spartan and not some cosplayer, which is what the San Jose State mascot does. And two, like the proportions are like perfect. So put it in A tier. That's really good. So next up, Louisiana Tech's Bulldog, I believe. So it does look like an actual bulldog. Same time, it's also ugly as sin. But it actually does look like a bulldog too. So so many C's. C's get degrees, but aim high, kids. Aim high. New Mexico State. The New Mexico Lobo here looks depressed. Also can't tell whether it's a dog or a wolf. And if you can't tell what it is, D tier. Alrighty. Next up, Wyoming Cowboy. Take what I said about Appalachian State's Mountaineer, apply it to the Cowboy, apply it to Wyoming, same thing. So, all in all, it's not bad. It's not bad. All right, we got the Kangaroo for Akron and the Zips. Just because the Kangaroo is not really something that we see, tier bump, B. All in all, it's a pretty plain mascot, but it's different enough to where it works. So, Iowa State, bird trap. So you know what happens with the birds. Unless it's really bad or really good. Let's see, looks like it has a receding hairline. Cannot run. East Carolina Pirate is for mascots pretty damn good. I gotta give it an A. It's a great mascot. Like I give East Carolina props. It's pretty well done. So all in all, it's a sick mascot. Fits the school well. Because it shows that the school actually was creative. So I got to give them props to that. So shout out East Carolina University. Shout out Leica. Texas A&M's Doug. You know what it is with live mascots. A, just off sheer principle. That's how we do it. Next up, that's a jacked donkey. It's a really jacked donkey. Put it on a B tier because it actually might kick my ass. It really might kick my ass, so I'm playing it safe. Next up, Ohio Bobcat. Scariest in the eyes, but pretty identifiable. It's pretty different from the other ones. Like it's a lot more detailed, say, compared to Wilbur. Um, yeah, no, because Bobcat actually looks like what it does, and it's the detail, the proof's in the pudding. So solid B. Sebastian. I'm a sucker for ducks. Give my man an A. It fits. Sebastian fits. Everything about it is perfect. Not S tier though. Purdue Pete. So Purdue Pete is creepy as hell. Same time, he is an institution among college football. I got to give him A tier. Is there's some things you just can't rank down, even if you think they're creepy. Purdue Pete, yes. Next up, the Nevada Wolfpack. Okay, pretty lazy effort from Nevada, all things considered. I see why Jay Norvell left for Colorado State. I'll put it in C. It's probably going to go down to D when I do a big review. Big Red, S tier. So we zoom back out real quick. Way too many. Big Red, S tier. Best in the business. Got to honor our legends here on the portal. So that's my guy right there. The Scarlet Knight, I do believe, falls under the San Jose State trap, even though they're nowhere related to the same mascot. But I just feel it's similar enough to where it falls under the same trap. So it's a C for me. Next up. Okay. Got this Sesame Street looking mascot right here. Okay. Alrighty. I'm actually pretty stumped on this one because I can't tell you what school it is off the top. But yeah, I'll come back to that one. Boomer Sooner. Hey, pageantry in college football is undefeated. The Northern Illinois Husky and real life Husky. Hey, it's a very detailed, mimicking poses. They look good. Both look good. Look at UConn's. UConn's looks like garbage. Northern Illinois looks good. That's how you do it. All right? That's how you do it. Next up, the Texas State Bobcat. And what the fuck are those eyes? I'm sorry for swearing. But bro, it's if you guys are Pokemon fans, you know those eyes that Ekans has, right? Pokemon Jesse had that involved in the art block. Same exact eyes. Those eyes creep me out. It's an F. It is bad. I am sorry. Because at least Ohio's doesn't dominate the face. That dominates the face. No. Colorado State Rams, live mascot, egg, you know the drill. Utah State Aggie with the bull. It's worse than Buffalo's bull. Because I like Buffalo's bull. We're going to put Buffalo's bull. Put it as an A. So I'll put Utah State's as a B. It's a good bull, but I like there's more. So next one up, BYU Cougar will suffer under the same fate. Actually, slightly better fate. I'll put it as a D. It's not really great. Yeah, commit to the bit if you're doing a mascot like that. Doesn't work. The Red Wolf for Arkansas State. I gotta see whether his eyes are always closed like this. Or is it tears? Okay, so it's always just like that because I just wanted to double check. So going back here. It's me. It's a good mascot. I just wasn't sure about the eyes. So I gotta double check. Next up, Memphis Tiger. It's higher than Clemson's, but it's not anything special. It's also copyright infringement, so it's a clear C. The Cavalier for Virginia. Looks like Pistol Pete's nephew that got into a different trade. Don't think UVA does sword fights, so C. Moving on here. The Bruins. Lazy. It's lazy. It's just lazy, and it actually pisses me off how lazy it is from UCLA for a school that, then again, it's kind of been their motto for a lot of things that aren't necessarily that are money generating sports. So I'll do differentiators. The Navy. Live mascot, Billy the Goat. Annapolis, I've been to the Navy's campus like quite a few times, so should have known that. Alrighty. Sorry for zooming in and out on you guys, though. Live mascot A, you know the drill. I think Toledo's mascot's Rocket Man. Okay. Rocky the Rocket. Oh, this is pretty sick. Okay, Toledo. Not know you had it in you. Rocky the Rocket. Hey, it's pretty sick. Brutus the Buckeye. A institution. Alrighty. Big Al next. It's not special, but Big Al gets the job done. But it's better than the C tier for sure. So it's a B. South Florida Bull. Put it right next to Utah State. It's a good bull. I'll give it that. It's a good bull. Next up, Fresno's puppy. Fresno State dog. Live mascots A. Nothing less. Nothing more needs to be said. Is their eye closed? Scrappy the Eagle is not good. Suffers from the bird syndrome. See, Husky, live mascot. A, you know the drill. Dog mascot. There we go. Oh, the duck. Institution. The Badger. Herbie Husker is it gets the job done. It's a decent mascot. It's just at the same time, it's Little Red is a better mascot. So for that, it's not the best mascot. I got to give it C. I'll be the Tiger. I'm being completely biased. Auburn sucks. F. You know what? Let me move Phil and Phyllis. Let me move the Gators down. Where do I put those Gators? Wouldn't have any other way. Okay. So I just got to rank this mascot. I have no idea. The Sesame Street ripoff. C. Okay. This is the rough draft of our list. So next up, what I'll do is add a row to create separators. I have mascots. Okay, because that's a fair. And I feel like that A tier is pretty. I feel like the A tier is pretty good. I'll do A minus B plus. For that, I'll move Pirates Days. Damn, actually, now that I moved the live mascots out, I really don't think I need to take anything out of these. To be honest with you. So let's check this tier. Would I move up? Well, see, I like the Horned Frog a lot. Because if I move one of these up, all three have to move up. Same thing with these two. Pistol Pete's clearly a B. Yeah, no, actually, I think this B tier is good. I can just do a B, C plus B minus. C plus B minus. Because then I can put the Scarlet Knight. I'll put the Duke Blue Devil. Because the birds, they're all gonna stay for the most part. Like nothing more, nothing less. Wildcat, Cavalier, I think goes up here. I'll put Gimmick Infringement just solely for Memphis. Or Herbie. Kirby's good. Bird stay. I can get away with putting Butch and those two are good. C minus D plus. Because I can move some of these. Wildcat's clearly a D. BYU C plus D minus. Cousins stay. No, that's pretty bad. Put that C minus D plus. Yeah, no, Landshark has to stay. It's my big gripe. And then from D's, what I move down? Nevada's is pretty bland. You're kind of pissing me off because it's two of the same grades that I have. Alrighty. Houston is pretty bland. I don't like. I think I'm good. Yeah, no, I think I'm good. All right, folks. think that's it for me. Think I am good with these. I will download this and I will share it with the masses. So if you guys check it out on YouTube, check it out on Twitter, and we should all be good to go. This is Doug here, and I will see you next time.